Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and as I said, Katie Hobbs is quite obviously the insane person here, but not really too surprising. It seems like she's been in contact with a few Twitter people. Last time I checked, I think that's a little bit of a problem depending on who you're contacting. Well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get directly into the article because it's quite interesting. The Twitter files have really been released, and it's going crazy. Revealed! Katie Hobbs' office contacted Twitter to censor posts. Arizona Governor-elect Katie Hobbs is facing backlash as proof that her office requested for certain tweets to be censored came out of Elon Musk's release of the Twitter files. The internal documents showing collusion between government officials, campaign teams, and other like actors with social media giant to silence political dissent. On January 7, 2021, the communications director for Hobbs, Secretary of State Office, emailed the Center for English People, emailed the Center for Internet Security, CIS, a 501 nonprofit cybersecurity organization that makes the connected world a safer place for people, businesses, and governments through our core competencies of collaboration and innovation, according to their website. I'm flagging this Twitter account for review, Hobbs' comms director wrote to misinformationsecurity.org, linking to an unidentified profile. The subject line was election-related misinformation. The misinformation department at CIS then forwarded the message along to an employee at Twitter, writing, "Please see this report below from the Arizona SOS office. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you." Twitter wrote back, "We will escalate." About 7 hours later, a Twitter employee wrote again, "Thank you. Both tweets have been removed from the service." Copied on this response was an employee at the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, a branch under the federal government's Department of Homeland Security. Oh no, well that can't be good. Katie Hobbs possibly wouldn't cheat an election, let alone anything else, right? Well, let's get this underway, shall we? Unreal. This is by Christina Bob. Katie Hobbs' office contacts Twitter to have posts removed. So the Democrat candidate who ran the Arizona election censored her political opponents, disrupted election day votes, and then threatened counties with prosecution if they didn't declare her the winner. Well, that's insane. There's no possible way. Oh dear God. Thank you. Both tweets have been removed from the service. My God. Oh, and redacted, "We will escalate. Thanks, redacted." On Thursday, January 7th, wrote redacted Twitter. "Please see this report below from the Arizona SOS office. Please let me know if you have any questions." Redacted. "I am not sure the best contact email to send this to at Twitter." Redacted. From redacted. CCC redacted. Other people redacted. Everything's redacted. "Hello, I'm redacted communications director for the office of the Arizona Secretary of State. Email redacted. I am flagging the Twitter account for review. Redacted." So, it doesn't seem like everything is going too great here, but considering that we have specifically, what's her name? Not Katie Hobbs, but Carrie Lake is going to be suing, and I may be going after the election fraud or type of issues that's happening in Arizona, and she can easily use this to her advantage. Granted, this is all redacted stuff, so we can't really see what's been going on exactly. From here today, etc., etc. So obviously, as this person said, this is from 2021, and it seems that also, as by the way, that everything's redacted, so we don't know everything that could possibly be here. Obviously, this is by accusations, but obviously this needs to be less redacted. So mostly what we should see here is that these emails need to be contacted. But what we're going to see here, I think that really shows kind of more what's been going on. Georgia Major Retailer Green called for an investigation into the matter, writing the SOS of Arizona and GOV candidate Katie Hobbs used the power of the Arizona SOS to conclude with Twitter to unconstitutionally violate First Amendment rights of Americans for her own political gain. "This is communism and Hobbs cannot be governor. I'm calling for a federal investigation," she added. So, yeah, I would agree. However, here's the issue that I have with this. The problem I have with this is that all of it's redacted, and you can't really give us an actual complete know-how on who it is. Now, if you have everything redacted, as I said here, then it's very difficult. Now, this could very possibly be Katie Hobbs, and I would not be surprised if it is Katie Hobbs. But at the same time here as well, it's all redacted. But here's the biggest thing we have here so far, guys, that I want to go over with you. Now, this is obviously from somebody, whoever is, at twitter.com. To misinformation at the Mr. CIS Security, and then CCC, we have this. So, here's a couple things that we want to see here that is kind of, that would be more of a kind of a bigger giveaway. Because, so we already know that he definitely contacted somebody at Twitter, because it obviously has at twitter.com in the handle. So, we know that. The information from CISSecurity.org is obviously here as well. And we see that, that this is also the, see we have the Arizona SOS office. Well, we can contribute that down to this, from this person here. We don't know exactly who this would be ArizonaSOS.gov. For all we know, it could be actually Carrie Lake doing this, and not Katie Hobbs. But knowing my stuff here, this is not too terribly, it wouldn't be too terribly surprising if it would be from Arizona. Or rather, not Arizona, but from Katie Hobbs. This would be my great assumption that I would not be Carrie Lake, but again, we don't exactly know. But again, this is the Arizona Secretary of State. Obviously, when you have stuff like this being revealed, it's pretty crazy on what this is, right? So we all know it's from at least something from Arizona. We know that these other emails would have to be correct, and this is also under the confidential area. So again, it's hard to say whether or not if it's exactly Katie Hobbs, but it is from CSS Security. It is from government.gov at Twitter, so that's obvious. And the information CSS Security isn't quite accurate. And then we have the Arizona SOS. So, so it wouldn't be surprising it would not be too surprising. It would be Katie Hobbs, but we do know the emails that they're being contacting are correct. Another Twitter bombshell. Arizona Secretary of State Katie Hobbs was in a regular communication with Twitter telling them who to censor, and Twitter complied. Arrest them all. Last week, Musk announced that the public deserves to know what really happened behind the closed door at Twitter. So, Elon Musk is going on to say, with all this stuff, and then we have release names of government officials, investigations are coming. So it looks like there's going to be some investigations that are going to happen from the actual government officials, which is good. There should be an investigation immediately coming, and I think there's an investigation that's happening on Joe Biden as well. So we'll probably maybe do a video on that, because there seems to be a lot of stuff going on there. So we'll see on what's going on. But it seems that this is pretty crazy. Now, who is the Arizona Secretary of State? Now, all we need to do is just find out exactly who Arizona's Secretary of State is. So if you go here, and we find out who the Arizona Secretary of State is, well, here we go. We find out that it is Katie Hobbs, who is the Arizona Secretary of State. So, that being said, when you put 2 and 2 together, even though it shows redacted, it makes quite a bit of obvious statements here. We'll go over this. That if it's the Arizona Secretary of State, so if we have here, right here, which would be like the Arizona Secretary of State, then we all know that obviously it is Katie Hobbs, right? Because at the end of the day, we have it. We would know exactly who it would be. So, we don't know exactly who it would be from being redacted, right? As I said before, we don't know. But at the end of the day, we do a little bit of research here. We go to here, and this is Katie Hobbs and Secretary of State. So, it's quite obvious on who it could possibly be, because there's nobody else as a Secretary of State besides Katie Hobbs. It's not even, I would call, it's not even what I would call Carrie Lake, because it's impossible to be Carrie Lake because she's not anything in government power right now. So, Secretary of State is Katie Hobbs, so we can end up finding this stuff, so it's pretty crazy. But yeah, It seems like Katie Hobbs has a lot of big issues on her hands, and we'll see on how that goes, because Carrie Lake has a very strong case to really rat out, not really rat out, but to make Katie Hobbs as a huge issue here, because, I don't know, everything seems extremely fishy. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care.